Today we are talking about 3 super common defensive errors that I see continually when I work with new people, intermediate people, when I travel and go to gyms and see people who fight. Like, so many people make these 3 mistakes. I don't want you guys making them. They're gonna save you a lot of headaches, literally. So let's touch on these right away. Today we are covering 3 common defensive errors. This is actually a small section out of my upcoming defense course. One section of one chapter is going to be focusing on 10 common errors. Today we're just doing 3. This will give you an example, an idea of the scope of this course. We're covering such a tiny little fraction today. If you guys want to get more defensive information, not just the 3 tips we're talking about today, there's a link in the bio. You can click that, head over to Varga Combat, and right now, because we just passed 250,000 subscribers, the course is 35% off. Big savings. Click the link, guys. You will love this course. So we're not focusing on the top 10 defensive errors. We're just going through 3 today. And I want to start with one of the most common ones that people struggle with, and that is implementing a correct Dutch guard. Most people, even high-level fighters, especially from Thailand, they end up breaking this tight guard after they get rocked and their hands stay far away from their head. This is a terrible position to be in when your arms have left, because now any hooks that come around the side are going to catch you clean. Up the middle, you might be protected, but you cannot be safe when your hands are far away from your head. When your hands are far away from your head, we pick off shots, we go for head movement, we don't try and block with the forearms. When we want to do the blocking with the forearms, that solid Dutch guard, we clamp our hands to our head and we do small little movements to close off the spaces. This is something which you have to get down. It doesn't matter what your fight style is, what defensive style you prefer. If at any point you get clipped and you're rocked for a second, you can't rely on picking shots out of the air or utilizing head movement. That's when those hands have to go tight and you have to settle in and ride the shots. Even people like Floyd Mayweather, who are defensive genius, like he full on is, on his head movement, his shoulder roll, he still has that high guard and he utilizes it when necessary. Common defensive error number 2 for today: when people check low kicks, they have 2 things they do wrong. Number 1, they don't catch an angle with their toes. Toes need to be facing out on a 45. I can bring my leg up the middle and have my toes facing out, and that means I'm going to be using the shin, not the calf. Or even easier, in my opinion, I just take the leg off on a 45-degree angle so that when the person lands, I'm already in that set, strong position. If we come up here and the toes are pointing forwards, you're going to get caught in the calf. Now, when you're sparring in the gym and you have shin pads on, the repercussions of that are pretty minor. But I'll tell you what, take shin pads off, have somebody hit you 1 time in the calf, your leg's gonna get blasted to the side, you're gonna be off balance, vulnerable to more attacks. But even more concerning is the fact that that calf will not be able to take too many of those checks. And eventually you're going to start going, oh, my leg really hurts. And then you won't check the kicks anymore. So we have to make sure that you angle your toes out and you use the shin. In addition, hands. So many people start going like this when they check. Let your hands stay completely neutral. They don't do anything. It's just the leg that is utilized. If you can do those 2 things, your checks are going to be on point. Defensive error number 3. I was just working with somebody the other day, caught them in the head a couple times because they did not clear their head when they went to catch a body round kick or a low kick. What do I mean by clearing the head? Well, if my hands start at head level and I drop and then go to grab, I did not get that arm out and make sure I was ready for a kick that might come up and around. We want to make sure we clear at head level So if for some reason they change heights, at least my forearm blocks the head level shot. Then I go for the catch. Same thing if I'm going to catch the low kick. I don't go straight down, I come around. Always reach around for your traps, and that way you will never have a mistake where somebody ends up catching you in the head. It's gonna be terrible. You go to reach for the low kick, and all of a sudden it comes up to head level and you are taking so much impact. I call it clearing the head first, and it is something you have to do. If I see somebody catch my round kick and not do that, next time I'm just gonna go, okay, lazy kick up and level switch, and they're gonna take that shin right in the face. Again, guys, here are 3 basic common errors out of 10, which I cover in my course. Before that, we run through all the basics. That's chapter number 1, running through all the basic defenses. Then we move to alternative defenses. Then we go into chapter 3, 4, 5, 6. So much information. Make sure you guys get registered for the course. We start March 25th, and I know you are gonna love it. It's gonna be a one-of-a-kind course. That's it, everybody. Thanks for joining me today. As always, train hard. I will see you back here soon for another episode.